Good morning, everyone. I would like to welcome you to the Spiritualist Desert Church. This is our Sunday service. If you are joining us via Zoom, please be aware that our host, Lynn Collier, will be muting you throughout the service so we can put this up on YouTube. And if you are joining us via YouTube and would like to be invited to our Zoom service, then please send us an email. Happy Sunday, everyone. My name is Paula Molino. I am going to be the chair for this service this morning. I'm so happy to be able to serve the church in this way. I am an NSAC licensed minister, and joining us today is going to be the Reverend Dr. Rosemary Colorado. She will be doing the sermon as well as spirit greetings, and Louise Barkdahl will be doing our healing meditation, and along with Lynn Collier, Alice Robertson is doing the Zoom hosting. Let us start our service today with an invocation. Let's take a deep breath in. Let us pray. Infinite intelligence, please bless us this beautiful day. Let us draw upon the divine spark that lies within each of us. Let us honor you through our love and understanding of our principles and natural laws. Help us open our hearts and mind to accept the truth that is before us today and fill that truth through every fiber of our being. Help us to tune ourselves with the vibrations of truth and of love that radiates through the universe, connecting us all as one and binding us together now and forever. Amen. The Spiritualist Desert Church is a chartered member of the National Spiritualist Association of Churches, headquartered in Lilydale, New York. The NSAC manual provides us with definitions of our religion, and I would now like to share those definitions with you. Spiritualism is a science, philosophy, and religion of continuous life based upon the demonstrated fact of communication by means of mediumship with those who live in the spirit world. Spiritualism is a science because it investigates, analyzes, and classifies facts and manifestations demonstrated from the spirit side of life. Spiritualism is a philosophy because it studies the laws of nature, both on the seen and unseen sides of life, and bases its conclusions upon present observed facts. It accepts statements of observed facts of past ages and conclusions drawn therefrom when sustained by reason and by results of observed fact of present day. Spiritualism is a religion because it strives to understand and comply with the physical, mental, and spiritual laws of nature, which are the laws of God. A spiritualist is one who believes, as the basis of his or her religion, in the communication between this and the spirit world by means of mediumship, and who endeavors to mold his or her character and conduct in accordance with the highest teaching derived from such communication. As spiritualists, we have no dogmas or creeds, but we do have 9 principles that we strive to live by. And if you will please joyously declare these principles with me. We believe in infinite intelligence. We believe in the phenomena of nature, both physical and spiritual, are the expression of infinite intelligence. We affirm that a correct understanding of such expression and living in accordance therewith constitute true religion. We affirm that the existence and personal identity of the individual continue after the change called death. We affirm that communication with the so-called dead is a fact scientifically proven by the phenomena of spiritualism. We believe that the highest morality is contained in the golden rule, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. We affirm the moral responsibility of individuals and that we make our own happiness or unhappiness as we obey or disobey nature's physical and spiritual laws. We affirm that the doorway to reformation is never closed against any soul, here or hereafter. We affirm that the precepts of prophecy and healing are divine attributes proven through mediumship. That was wonderful. I could feel your energy from here. Thank you so much. It is my greatest pleasure to introduce our speaker today. We are blessed to have the Reverend Dr. Rosemary Colorado with us. She is an NSAC ordained minister and holds the NSAC credentials of certified medium, commissioned healer, a national spiritualist teacher. She is a member of the Morris Pratt Institute, as well as a member at the Center for Spiritual Enlightenment in Falls Church, Virginia, and is a graduate of a 2-year mediumship program at the Inner Spiritual Center in Fairfield, among other volunteer work as General Secretary for the International Spiritualist Federation. Her focus on healing first brought her to the Spiritualist Church in 2006. She's originally from New York City, and she now lives in Pasadena, Maryland. Please join me in welcoming the Reverend Dr. Rosemary Colorado.
Thank you, Paula, and thank you everyone for having me here today. It's so wonderful to be with you all. And as I'm kind of breathing into it and just being aware that although we are so physically separate, most of us, except for I see a few double names here and there, if you really allow yourself, you can feel that energy of connection. You can feel that sense of oneness as we've chosen to come together in this room, the Zoom room, the miracle of technology. And many of us could not have imagined even just a year ago how we would be spending all of this time. But what a blessing, right? To be together this way. So as I thought about what I wanted to talk to you about today and what our friends might want to talk to you about today, one thing kept popping up for me that led to another thing. So I hope you'll follow me on this chain. So I live, as Paula said, in Pasadena, Maryland, and I'm in this area. It's halfway, if you know the East Coast, halfway between Baltimore and Annapolis. And it's kind of a mix of modern and old industrial. And there's this diner that I go by every day near my house that has an enormous neon sign of a pig, a pink pig, in a chef's hat holding eggs and donuts, right? And every time I go past this sign, it makes me laugh, right? There's just something about it. I have a thing for neon signs. So, and recently I was reflecting on what a good exercise that is, right? Because it's become a trigger for me. So no matter what kind of mood I'm in, when I go past this sign, it shifts me, as silly as that neon sign might be. So recently on Facebook, I saw one of my friends post just the other day. It said, "Hurricane, ? Well played, 2020, well played." And I laughed, right? And then I thought, wow, what is that? As I felt into it after the laugh, I felt the energy of it as a sense of defeat, as a sense of what next negative thing will be coming towards us. And knowing this friend, I know she was also standing in this energy of bring it on, but it still also felt very much to me like, ugh, here it comes. And I'm sure many of us feel that way, that there have been so many challenges, so many painful things that have been happening. And yet, what do we know as spiritualists? What do we know as we read those and feel those principles every week? It's about vibration. It's about setting our intention. It's about the choice, that personal responsibility, the choice of bringing into consciousness what we choose to focus on. So I could follow my friend and think about the hurricane and the fear and all of the things that have brought me to low points. And yes, are there just basic safety things we should all be thinking about no matter situations? Yes. But if I come from a place of fear, what am I doing but reducing myself? Allowing myself to be less than I am. And so I ask you, my friends, to think about those moments of vibration when you allow yourself to be pulled into that other energy that shrinks rather than expands the fullness of your being. Think about a day when you've had everything flow, when you hit all your appointments, when the wind felt just right, when everything that you thought about happened. That beautiful moment, those beautiful days of being in alignment. Hard in this physical world to have every day like that. But in those moments where we feel that fullness, where we feel that hope, we can ground more fully in that intention, in that personal responsibility of living with natural law. Because it is about the dance, the choosing or forgetting to choose what to focus on that brings us in and out of alignment with natural law. And so I'll bring it down to a simple question, my friends. What are you doing here? What brings you to a church experience every week, to spiritualism? Is it not that larger longing in your soul? Something in you that wants more, that wants that opportunity to focus on what could be and how you feel expansion. So many things as we know. We know that in life continuing, relationships continue, purpose continues, and so every moment matters. And so with that, my friends, would we not want to focus more on strengthening our ability to be in a place of positive intention rather than one that shrinks and reduces us? The physical world has so many challenges, but we have chosen to step into spiritualism, to step into learning. And as spiritualists, we know that in all of these challenges, it is our awareness of vibration that will sustain us. It is what we choose to embrace and focus on, our intentions. And so rather than things that we do simply becoming rote or a habit that we just do because, ask yourself that simple question, why am I here? In some moments, that question may be about life purpose. In some moments, it may be, I got myself to this Zoom service, but what is it about? And calling into consciousness that awareness of choice that you made in your personal responsibility, a choice to focus on working with spirit, to focus on expansion of your energy field. And as we work in vibration like that, we are able to hold more, literally, more light for the world. You all become ambassadors in that way. whether or not we are literally talking about spiritualism. It is your lives, my friends, that bring others into knowledge, that bring others into hope by your ability to stand in your intentions just a little bit longer, so that people can feel your light. That is a service in each moment that lifts the whole world. And that is why when we cast our minds out, we can feel each other. But it takes that awareness, that moment to do that, to recognize that we are one, to recognize the divine spark within each of us. So that simple question, why are you here? It can help you in each moment that you have to make a choice. To take what may feel like a no choice moment, an overwhelming set of circumstances, and turn it around. Because we chose to be where we are. If you are in a job that you don't like, you can still, with that energy of why am I here, and trying to hold a higher vibration for yourself, bring yourself to that awareness of choice in the moment that does not have to exist forever. And that will help you find your way either to peace or to a different way of being. But in the busyness of our physical world, isn't it easy to forget to ask ourselves even the simplest things? To just go to church because that's what I always do. To just see this friend because, of course, I've seen her for years. But in giving yourself those few moments to say why, you can let yourself either reassess or land more fully in the joy. The energies that we see played out in our newspapers, our online services, in the online media, television. There's so much anger right now, isn't there? Much of it justified, as we seek to finally rip back the curtains of hundreds of years of racism and injustice. It's all interspersed, is it not, with anger of others who are fighting. Where do we choose to be and why? Why are you here in this moment? At this moment in your life, in this moment in time, and how can you choose to hold up a higher vibration of love, of justice, of a path forward? For is that not what our souls are each longing to do? Our lives here are about progression of the soul. Sometimes that comes with great internal conflict. And other times we can just simply feel the path open if we choose to follow it. Let yourself resist just a little bit the busyness, the task to task to task. Let yourself have a conversation a little more often with yourself, your own spirit. to bring more fully into consciousness how you want to walk this life. Resist, if you can, the reflex. Negativity hitting negativity as a reflex. Let yourself breathe into it and take the moment to shine love instead. That nurtures each one of us. And as we strengthen, we cannot help but nurture the world. So think through your everyday. What is it that can serve as a trigger for you for joy or love or breathing into beauty? Is it that you put a few words up on your refrigerator? Maybe it simply says smile. Maybe it has a picture of someone you love deeply. Maybe there's something like I described in your neighborhood that every time you go past, you smile. Maybe it's the flowers on your neighbor's lawn. Maybe it's a tree. Maybe it's a dog. Bring those things into consciousness and give yourself the moment to see those more often. If you don't always go by that particular garden that brings joy to your heart, go out of your way when you drive. Use Post-it notes at eye level to give yourself words to keep on track in your house. Put something in your pocket that when you touch it reminds you to stand in that vibration of love, of possibility, so that when negativity comes, you breathe and remember to stand in love. And do we always have the answers when we do that? Of course not. Of course not, my friends. But what else does spiritualism teach us? To trust. I may not know how the world will walk through these challenges, but I trust that in partnership with Spirit, we will find a way. We will together figure it out. And it may not be with the current solutions, but that we must create new ones together. Trust, love, Spirit. The elements in our healing prayer. All of it is connected. Where do you want to stand? Where do you want to put your energy, your precious energy of physical life? You are a divine spark of infinite intelligence. As spiritualists, we know that. As spiritualists, we strive to live it. And so my reminder, my request, my question to you today of why are you here is to remind you to live more fully into what spiritualism teaches us. Personal responsibility of living within natural law, of choosing love, of meeting negativity with the understanding of wider purpose, trust, and a knowledge that something different is possible. And when we can do that a little bit more every day, maybe one extra moment a week, can you not feel how we will shift over time into the fullness of the promise that Spirit beckons us into. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Reverend Rosemary. That was so beautiful. Thank you for your words of wisdom and inspiration. And I just want to sing This Little Light of Mine and Let It Shine. It was beautiful. Additionally, this is the time for our love offering and our announcements. We continue to accept love donations by check to the address that is on your screen or via our PayPal link, which thank you so much for your continued support of the Spiritualist Desert Church, NSAC. As you are aware, Spiritualist Desert Church is closed until the foreseeable future, even though I'm here, as you can see with the quilt behind me. However, our board of directors and pastoral committee are always available to help. If you would like to reach out about becoming a member, if you have questions about spiritualism, if you would like to participate with our food bank, either donations or by taking some food for you or people that you know, all of those things are still possible. So please reach out to one of our members on the board or our pastoral committee. We will be happy to help. I do believe that our national convention, which we normally hold in October, is now canceled, and we were looking for delegates, but we no longer need that. So just so you're aware, we are no longer having our national convention this year. We look forward to it next year. As we begin our healing portion of our service, we invite you to join us in a healing meditation, which is going to be led by our own Louise Barkdahl. She is the secretary on our board of trustees, as well as the co-chair for our pastoral committee. Please join me now in praying the prayer for spiritual healing. I ask the great unseen healing force to remove all obstructions from my mind and body and to restore me to perfect health. I ask this in all sincerity and honesty, and I will do my part. I ask this great unseen healing force to help both present and absent ones who are in need of help and to restore them to perfect health. I put my trust in the love and the power of God. Amen. And I now turn it over to Louise for our healing meditation.
Good morning, everybody. I too would like to welcome all those that have chosen to attend this Zoom service in the physical, as well as all those in spirit that are with us, because our friends and our loved ones in spirit are with us, and all we have to do is reach out to them. For the next few minutes, there's nothing else to do. There's nowhere else to be. You're in a safe place. So join with me in this meditation. Place your feet on the ground. Get into a comfortable seated position. And we'll begin with our breathing. As you're breathing, breathe in through your nose and breathe out through your mouth. As you breathe in deeply. As you exhale negativity and the physical things that keep us connected to this earth. Inhaling light, positivity. Exhaling the worry about the bills. Anything that is holding us in this physical space right now. It's like shedding a large winter coat. We're going to shed that large winter coat for just a few minutes so that we are able to be light enough to connect with that wonderful, beautiful, God-given healing energy that will restore us, that will refresh us. Continue to shed the physical things that hold us here, the shopping list, fear, worry. Continue to shed those. Let them drop away. Let them go into the earth and dissipate. Continue this breathing. And as you begin to lighten and feel lighter, focus on your feet, because through our feet touching the ground, we are truly grounded. You can feel the energy through your feet into the ground. And imagine for a moment a grove of aspen trees, individuals above the ground, but under the ground, the root system is all connected. For that is how we are. We are individuals connected with each other. When we are in this vibration, this higher vibration, we are connected. We are not alone. And through this connection, we give and we gain our strength, our healing, and our love. Love is the root of everything, and it is the vital part of our healing as well. As we feel that connection with each other, feel the calm that it brings us. The calm for our mind and the calm for our body. And as we are in this calmer state, that is where we are able to heal. We can slowly feel that healing energy coming into our entire body, working not just the physical, but also our mental, our emotional, and our spiritual selves. Renewing us, refreshing us, restoring us, giving us added strength and sustenance for when we carry into the rest of our day and the rest of our week. And now it's time to begin our return. So slowly take your time. Lessen that wonderful hold and connection that we have with each other. Start with wiggling your toes as we begin to come back to the physicality of ourselves. Feel yourself coming back up through your calves, up over your knees, up over your hips, up over your back. Shrug your shoulders a little bit. Move your head around, wiggle your fingers. Coming totally back into ourselves, into our physical body. Once again, being with each other, but being individuals, ready to go through the rest of our week, happily recharged and ready for anything. God bless.
Thank you so much, Louise. We continue to maintain our healing list and send out absent healing prayers on a daily basis. If you wish to add someone to our healing list, please send us an email request. We now move into the message portion of our service. By definition, a medium is one whose organism is sensitive to the vibrations from the spirit world, and through whose instrumentality, intelligences in that world are able to convey messages and produce the phenomena of spiritualism. A medium proves the continuity of life, plus understand that all mediums are psychic, but not all psychics are mediums. A psychic reads your energy, your aura, and a medium brings through somebody who has lived on the earth plane. It is also important to know that a medium is not a medical doctor and therefore cannot and will not diagnose or prescribe. I would like to, from the bottom of my heart, thank the Reverend Dr. Rosemary in Colorado. It was wonderful, and I certainly hope you come and join us again. And please welcome again and do our benediction.
Okay. Thank you, Paula. All right, so let's take a deep breath together and just let yourself feel into all of the energies that came together to support us in these moments. And feeling each other, feeling the sense of one. Infinite Spirit, as we prepare to end this special time together, we thank you for your love and support. We ask that you give a blessing as we go forward into the days and weeks ahead, helping us to always remember vibrations of love, that while we cannot undo pain, in each moment we can choose how to move forward. Let us feel above all else love, possibility, and connection. Amen. Thank you.
Amen. Thank you so much. Okay, we're going to wrap up our session today. Thank you all so much for joining us. Remember, if you are watching us on YouTube and would like to be here in person, then please send us a request. If you are going to, if you haven't yet, please look us up on YouTube, all of those that are here in Zoom, because I love seeing these later where I can sit and reflect. I can go through those meditations and so forth. If you have any questions, please reach out to us. And thank you so much, everyone, for being here. Have a great day.